Welcome to the best of the 2009 Major League Gaming National Championships. All season, we followed the best teams in the world as they fought for a chance to compete at this tournament. With 4 events out of the way and hundreds of hopefuls sent home, the competition narrowed down to the top 8 teams on ESPN Saturday night.
The first match of the night was between top-seeded Triggers Down and the 5th-seeded Classic. As the series began, things were looking good for TD. After losing a close game of Capture the Flag on the pit, Triggers Down rallied to win the next 2 games, and the series moved on to Onslaught Capture the Flag. As the clock was ticking down, Triggers Down pulled the deciding flag and ran it to their base. Inches away from a victory that would have sent Classic to the losers bracket, Hysteria's Xbox malfunctioned and turned off.
His button's not working, he can't pick it up.
Now, Chris, although this had never happened on the pro circuit before, a clear rule was in place for such a situation. In the event of equipment malfunction, the game would have to be replayed in its entirety. Now, Classic did not waste the second chance they were given here and won the replay of Onslaught CTF 5-2.
The series was then sent to a deciding Game 5 on Construct Team Slayer. Let's see if Triggers Down was able to overcome their bad luck or if Classic was able to pull out an improbable win.
All right, we got game number 5 coming up right here for you right now. Major League Gaming main stage. It's the National Championship. Triggers Down 2, Classic 2. This is the decisive game.
And you know the key here is Triggers Down just needs to keep their composure that they've had all season long. Throw away that game, ignore what just happened, and focus on the game that is coming up. There's only 50 kills. That's all they need to focus on is getting to that number before Classic does. There's going to be the sniper down low, the rockets up top, and here we go, guys. Orlando, Florida, get pumped up. It's game number 5, the first match of ESPN Saturday night. We're getting this one started with I Got Your Pistola of Triggers Down.
Yeah, essentially you got to forget those last 4 games because now it's a 1-game series, and it's going to come down to what Ghost talked about. The shot. Shots are going to be on. If Classic can manage to keep their battle rifles up and their rockets and snipers and everything else, they're going to take out Triggers Down in this match.
And to open up that game, we saw a Soldier 187 out-BR'd Pistola. Not a great way to start the game for Pistola. He is known for his incredible battle rifle. We're going to jump on board with Hysteria, though. He's coming up behind the Classic squad as they're worrying about his teammates over there on Close Street.
You know, Farouk, out of all my years of playing, I've never looked at a Game 5 as it's a 1-game series. I like it.
There you go.
I like it a lot. And here we see Hysteria. He likes rockets a lot. He's dropping down from the top for him, and now he's going to be coming up the open purple, and he has Soldier 187 clueless to his right. And Soldier is still going to be able to pick up the beatdown. We got to jump on board with the blue team. And it's just a 1-point game now, 10-9 TD with the lead. And there's the beatdown trade there for Soldier, unable to connect with any of his rockets. Let's stay on board with him through the respawn, though, and see how he places Scott. The rest of his team is over on Lobby and Sword. He's pushing back gold. What's this?
I kind of like it, Chris. I mean, he knows that they're in Lobby, potentially, so he's controlling back gold because if they fight for Lobby and someone sneaks behind them, that guy from gold's going to come from behind them and absolutely take out all control they have.
And let's see how he plays it. He was late there with the plasma grenade, and he's still able to pick up the kill on SK, hitting him in the thigh with his last battle rifle shot. 18-11 after Classic takes control at the top, but they have to look out because Triggers Down is setting up for this overshield that's coming up in about 5 seconds. And there you see as Soldier is waiting for this plasma grenade, so we're going to see if he's able to stick the overshield player. If he comes to back gold, it's Hysteria. And also, Scott, Soldier was looking through the glass there. That hell basement, they're going to send up Hines first, see if he's going to take any fire here from Soldier. He scares Soldier off the map, the best possible situation he can have. And now they're going to push over on close and take out Chick, who had the power weapons. This is huge for Triggers Down. What an incredible take-back strategy.
And notice how they use the overshield guy to come up second because they know how valuable he is. They know, okay, well, if a normal guy comes up with shields and gets stuck, that's fine. But if the overshield guy gets stuck, that's huge.
And we'll see how Hysteria plays this one. He is the power player. He's got the overshield. That gives him a second layer of shield. He's going to put some shots on Best Man, clean it up there, started by Pistola. And now he's got 2 players over on the close street as Hines is going to clean up the shots. Just nice teamwork and swapping out here from TD. It looks like Narrows once again.
And Rockets coming up in a couple shakes.
It's 3 minutes off the clock. That means the Rockets are definitely coming up here soon. And Soldier 187 from Classic is going to be the player to pick him up. Let's check him out. He's putting some pressure on the player's back sword. And the Rocket not killing Hines. Hines able to escape. That's kind of a big deal here because it's just a 2-kill game. And Hysteria just picked up a double kill. That's what Scott's getting excited about. Over in close purple, Soldier is trying to make his way over there to clean him out. But he is just getting swarmed from all angles. Triggers Down is angry.
Yeah, that's a tough spot for Soldier right there. A lot of people are looking at that as a choke, but he has to pull hasty Rockets. It's not his fault. His whole team died and Triggers Down had full control.
And there you see Pistola trying to get a kill before being taken down, and his teammates still spawning up in sword. We're going to jump up. Let's stay on board with Pistola for a bit here. Guys, it's just a 1-kill game. Classic is in this match versus Triggers Down. What is going on here? Pistola cleaning up the kill. Close purple. Chig being cleaned up for the double kill, and now they're going to push close street, but they got to look out. Soldier 187 is coming up that close purple with the overshield. And Soldier is going to pick up the kill. Now he's going to put the pressure on the players over in the open purple. And he's got some help here. Ghost Yami has his back on close street. Best Man is sitting on Rocket 1, and Chig is leading the charge into the open purple, cleaning up a kill there on Hysteria with the beatdown. It's 32-30. Classic holding on to the lead, and they are just 18 kills away from advancing.
Get off there. Please report.
And this is an awful situation for Classic to be in. They just got killed off the top, and now they're spawning mid-gold as Triggers Down retakes top control. How do they do it, Scott?
How do they regain top control? You hope for the sword spawn that they got, but in other words, if you spawn low, you just wait for that overshield and do exactly what Triggers Down did. It doesn't matter if the game goes 15 minutes. If you win, you win, and no matter how boring you have to play.
And with that sword spawn, they're able to retake the lead 37-35, but you see the players moving back towards mid-gold. They seem to be a bit confused or a little too worried about the player who is sitting top gold here. And now you see Hines making the smart decision, making his way up open ramp, and they're going to try and lock down the sword. They got to look out, though, because Ghost Yami and Soldier are pushing from the close purple.
I got one.
Wow. And now it's a stalemate. They're on opposite sides of the map. Neither team really willing to move out. Finally, you see a peek out there from Hines, and he's going to be taken down. Hysteria's going to clean up the double kill, though. A 4-kill lead here from Triggers Down in the final moments of this game. Triggers Down showing their heart and determination, but Classic is not giving up. And you want to check out SK, who has been pushing here on close street. Had a triple kill lined up, wasn't able to finish, but it did open up the opportunity for his teammates to make the push from open purple. And Soldier once again going big in the lobby. We're staying on board with Hines. It's 46-44.
Still there. Get down, out of there!
And it's 48-47. Hysteria has the overshield. He's waiting for his teammates. Classic has top control. They need 2 kills. Hysteria's leading the charge. 1-kill game, and Classic's gonna win.
Wow. Now that was a tough break for TD.
It really was, but you know, Farouk, it's a 5-game series, and you have to be able to shake off your bad losses.
Now in the next match on Saturday, we saw the 2nd-seeded Straight Rippin' play against the 7th-seeded Believe the Hype.
The first game from that series was one of the best we saw all weekend. Let's check it out.
And there we go, Clutch is into the game. Here we go, all 8 players ready to play. Orlando, if you like the tournament so far, let me hear some noise, baby. Capture the flag on the pit. You saw it just last match. Here it goes again. The first team to 3 will win the game. There's the overshield down low, the snipers on the sides, and the rockets in the middle. Here we go. We're going to get this one started with Snipe Down of Straight Rippin'. And Snipe Down's going to grab the overshield at the start of this one. We're going to jump on board with T Squared, the captain. And here we go. T2 making his way into the sword. And we're gonna jump on board with Believe the Hype. They're pulling the flag already. Clutch has got it moving through the green box. And Scott, we saw the sniper there coming from, it looks like T-Squared is gonna stop that flag momentarily, but Demon D, he's pushing in from the green box on his side of the map.
And you know, I expected Believe the Hype to kind of come out a little flat in this, Chris. But you know, honestly, playing throughout this entire event, Believe the Hype comes out furious on CTF Pit, and I don't expect Straight Rippin' to win this game.
And here we go. It looks like Believe the Hype's going to be the first one to score as Clutch is going to put it in here for the blue team. The upsets continue here. And Clutch is going to be coming off the respawn. Let's see how they play this, because now they made Straight Rippin' angry. They're going to be pushing hard through the green box in the long haul.
I mean, you can go back at it and look at these two teams being pretty evenly matched. They faced each other twice, splitting the series 1-1. I mean, you can argue that Believe the Hype beat a Straight Rippin' team in the Meadowlands that wasn't well practiced because they were having problems here with their internet and stuff in Orlando when they moved down here. But they are pretty evenly matched.
And we've definitely seen Believe the Hype upset Straight Rippin' before. You know, there's no question that can they do it. The question is, will they do it here on the biggest of stages? And Demon D right now is going off. He's playing with all the confidence in the world, picking up a double kill. That's going to open up an opportunity for Clutch to sneak in for this new overshield down low.
When I was watching Instinct versus Believe the Hype, I was in the pro lounge with all the pros, and they were like, oh, it's all on Cloud. And I was like, in order for this team to win, Demon D is going to have to change things up. And literally, as soon as I said that, he picks up the sniper, gets a double kill, and he changed the game for his team.
And there you see in the third person, as it was legit picking up the overshield, he's going to pick up the beatdown. We're going to jump on board with the red team. And Legit is ready to go. He's got the headband on and he's ready to party. Maniac is going to get the double team from Snipe Down, and Legit, the flag is going to be pulled by Elmite Warrior. And great play by Legit, knowing there's an opponent somewhere behind his team, checking the long haul, moving in for the beatdown, and now he's going to keep his flag alive, running it down long haul.
And notice how he didn't pick green because of all the nades. He went empty because it was safer, and his teammates can help him out.
And while running the flag, he does a 90-degree turn, picks off the kill on Demon D, and now we have a 1-1 game. Straight Rippin's right back in it. A slow start, but now it's a game, Scott. And we have Straight Rippin pushing strong. We have T-Squared with the rockets inside of the base. Snipe Down is looking down at that flag. And T-Squared with 2 bucket rockets is going to miss the kill on Demon D. Snipe Down finally cleaning it up. And this is not nearly as strong of a setup as they had to start this one because of that kill from Demon D. Let's see if they can convert anyway, as Legit's trying to push it down long haul.
Chris, I said it before the tournament. In order for Straight to win, Legit's going to have to play like he did at Columbus, and he's playing just like that. He just got 3 kills as he was running the last flag. He's just holding them off right now, and he got the flag all the way to their base.
And all 4 members of Straight Rippin are going to be taken down thanks to Cloud and Maniac. We're going to jump on board with Demon D. He's got the sniper. He's got the Mauler blocked. Cloud's going to move in for the flag here, and he's going to be looking to pick off any players who are going to warp up top tower to get some grenades on Cloud. And there with the quick scope, he's going to take down Snipe Down. Perfect coverage from Demon D is going to open up this flag cap here from Believe the Hype. The only person in position to stop the flag is Legit, and he is going to stop the flag momentarily. Can Demon D beat him? No, Legit is going huge, and now he's got Demon D's sniper. He missed Maniac there, and Maniac's coming for him. And there's the headshot. Legit going off here on the main stage. The beast mode is back, baby. Cloud getting one in the face. And now the rest of his team is here to protect this flag. Believe the Hype unable to convert, and that was just an amazing individual performance by one of the best players to ever touch Halo 3, Legit.
And you know, I had a chance to spend some time with Legit going to Dr. Pepper Ultimate Gaming House, and this man is focused. He could not wait to be finished and be wrapped with the video so he can get back and practice and work out, and he's really, really focused on what he has to do to become a champion, state champion.
Maniac finally shutting him down. The momentum is gone from Straight Rippin. They're back at their base, but we're jumping on board with the captain. He just picked up the sniper rifle, and he's going to have to play some defense. Here comes Believe the Hype. And Demon D's got the sniper in the sword. T-Squared trying to get an eye on him. And nice no-scope there by T2, picking off a clutch out of the air, and there's the double kill, taking down Demon D. Lammy, the coach behind T2. He's all smiles. Scalped him, I like that. And here comes T2 pushing from the training side, Farouk.
And let's see who's going to go to the green hall, green box, and get the rockets, because they're coming up in about 10 seconds here.
And you have to note now that Straight Rippin' is in total control of the power weapons. They have 2 snipers, and it looks like they're setting up for the overshield here as T-Squared's going to pick up the kill on Demon D, and now he's looking for the spawn camp in the courtyard. Meanwhile, Elmite Warrior, he had the other sniper rifle. He pushed into the flag, and he's helping legit grab it as T2 picks up the overshield here. So after the initial flag grab from Believe the Hype, Straight Rippin' gets back on the board. A huge play from Legit is going to keep the score tied up at 1-1. And now Straight Rippin' is trying to convert a second flag, but T-Squared is the only member alive from Straight left on the Believe the Hype side of the map, and he's going to be taken down. Let's jump on board with Legit. He's hiding in the rockets, and they just came up.
Yeah, I know Scott was talking about how Believe the Hype should probably take this game type, but this is one of Straight Rippin's strongest game type. All season, they've only dropped 1 game out of 8 on this map, and I can't see how they can lose this one.
Straight Rippin' gotta feel good knowing that this is the first game type, but here comes Believe the Hype. Cloud has those rockets after beating down Legit. Maniac has the flag, trying to run it down long haul. And Demon D, he's got the sniper, and he's still spawn camping in the flag of Straight Rippin's base. And Demon D just picked up a quick no-scope for the double kill, and Cloud comes right back. All 4 members of Straight Rippin' dead. They're set up for a 3rd cap, as the second one was just put in by Maniac. And here comes Clutch. Clutch is tossing the flag through the middle. Cloud doing amazing cover fire here. This is the Demon D, Cloud, and Clutch show. And here comes Clutch. Clutch is going to put this final flag in. Just like that, Believe the Hype. 2 flags under a minute. They take game 1. After that loss, Straight Rippin' answered right back by taking the next game, Narrow's Team Slayer. The teams traded wins through games 3 and 4, tying the series up at 2 games apiece. Once again, the match came down to a deciding Game 5 on Construct Team Slayer.
Led by Demon D's amazing performance and excellent power weapon control, Believe the Hype upset Straight Rippin' and advanced to the winners bracket finals. As ESPN's Saturday night rolled to a close, the top 4 seeds found themselves in the losers bracket. Just one of them would get a chance at redemption and another shot at a $100,000 first place prize.
Early Sunday morning, Triggers Down found themselves unable to beat Instinct and went home with a disappointing 5th place finish. On the other side of the losers bracket, Carbon swiftly defeated Straight Rippin' in 3 games, eliminating our 2nd seed. As Classic and Believe the Hype faced off in the winners bracket finals, Carbon continued their winning streak and defeated Instinct, guaranteeing a spot in the top 3.
In the winners bracket finals, Believe the Hype continued their hot streak and took down Classic. Classic took the first game, Pit CTF. Believe the Hype then won Amplified Team Slayer, and for most of Game 3, Construct King of the Hill, the score was close, but Believe the Hype managed to capitalize on the late game hills to finish ahead. Believe the Hype then proceeded to completely demoralize Classic with a 5-0 victory on Heretic CTF.
That phenomenal performance earned Believe the Hype a spot in the finals. Classic, on the other hand, was sent to the losers bracket finals where they would have to face off against Carbon once again.
Having sent Carbon to the losers bracket earlier in the tournament, Classic was entering the match with a 3-0 lead in the series. Now in Game 4, Carbon showed that they were not to be taken lightly, as their victory on Narrow CTF brought them within 2 games of Classic.
Classic regained their composure and proceeded to decimate Carbon and Pit Team Slayer. During the following game of Onslaught Capture the Flag, Carbon scored a late game flag to bring the overall series score to 4-2.
Classic then won Narrow's Team Slayer and brought themselves within 1 game of the finals.
Now let's watch Game 8 to see if Classic can beat Carbon on one of Carbon's best game types.
And here we go, guys, the crucial game for Carbon. Coming up next, it's King of the Hill on Construct, and we're going to be starting this one off with Defy once again. But Scott, it's do or die time here for Carbon. What can we expect to see?
Well, Carbon and Classic have similar strats for this bottom hill, Chris, so I'm expecting a lot. It's going to come down to a lot of individual battles.
All right, so here we go. We're getting this one started with Defy as he opens up with a nice 4-shot on Chig, going for the double on Goats. He's got it, and he's not done yet. There's the triple to start the game. That is what Carbon needed. And after that momentum swing, we're going to listen in with this Carbon squad.
Close street. Close street. Rockets are down R1. They have 2 rockets. Nice. Jump the shit off. Nice. O2. Sword. They might have rockets. Rockets were down R1. He's probably down. O2 should be weak. I got it. Yeah, one. I'm going for hill, guys. Lobby. Come down. Front door. I got inhale. Inhale. No help yet. Soldiers are one. Nice shots. 2 on 2. There's a sniper down by hill. Just Soldier fell O2 me. Yep. C2. Front door. Shot C3. Sniping in hill. Not injured. 2 on 3. Front door check. Yeah. Nice job. 3 on 2. Hill and World. Hill and Sword. We got 3 dead. Last guy. Sniping in hill. O2. He's getting it. O2. Spawn there. Spawn there. O3. One lifted. One shot O3. I'm going behind him. Still O3. Yep. 3 of them O3. Someone getting time? I'll get it. 3 dead. Last guy Sword. Best man. 1 shot and Sword. Alright, all dead. Spawn basement. Check. Laser. You want laser. Alright. Spawn there. Coming back to help. They're flying at me. O2, guys. I can't help yet. 1 second. Front door. And close street. We lost 2 on 2. Guy at back door. Sword. 2 on 3. No shot in lobby. Shot in lobby, best man. Close sword. I'm pushing with you, Chris. We need somebody to stationary gold. Lobby. Weak in lobby, best man. Yeah, best man. R1 soldier.
Yeah, so it brings up that little display. Yeah.
Shot C3.
I'll charge C3.
Over in hill, last guy.
I'm charging O3.
Sandwich this guy. Don't dodge him.
Got him. Try to stay alive. Getting naded though.
I've got top gold.
I don't have hill yet. I'm getting it down.
I'm down.
I got hill now.
No
O3.
one C3. C3. You hit him with that.
2 on 3.
One shot.
The last 2. 2 on 2. Hill and. Nice shot. 2 on 2.
So C3 last guy.
Big gold. Big gold might lift. There's a guy mid gold might be blue ramp. Blue ramp. I don't have help yet.
1 shot or 3.
1 lifted gold. 1 lifted gold. No help yet. I'm lifting gold out right now. I don't know. Blue ramp. I'm helping.
1 shot. I'm not dying though.
I got him.
I got rocks. Up gold.
Got him.
Nice.
Lifted gold again. Lifted gold again. Yeah, 1 lifted gold. I don't know.
I got another one C3.
I have gold now.
Another one C3.
No help yet.
He's going. He's hurt in C3.
No help yet. Still no help.
Pushing the lobby. Watch your purple, Brett. 1 shot, Brett.
Gotcha. No help yet. Dead. Lobby. And close street. 3 choices. Alright. Low 3 and close curious. There's a guy open curious now.
3 guys close.
Open curious, Chris and whoever. Alright.
Close purple.
I'll lift up on Brett. Stay left. Stay left.
Inhale. 1 shot. You want lobby. Kill him. 2 days.
Yeah.
3 dead. Last guy. Last guy.
Front door R1.
This time.
1 shot, front door. R1.
Go for it. Shot close. Grab it, Chris.
1 shot, C3, best man.
Where? What side?
Lobby. 2 on 4, guys. Front door.
Shot, lobby. Lobby again, best man.
All right, so as the hill moves to the bottom at the 11-minute mark, we saw as Carbon was able to get the overshield, but they also gave up top control here. And joining us now in the booth is Sundance DiGiovanni. Sundance, welcome to the show, bud.
Thanks for having me, dude.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good. Crazy weekend.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous weekend. Right now we're checking out as Classic, our 5th seed, is taking on Carbon, the 4th seed here in the losers bracket finals. Not something we expected to see, and what's even more surprising is the score here. Classic is leading this series 5-2, and they're just 1 game away from advancing to the championship match to meet up again with Believe the Hype.
Yeah, but I think that 6th win is going to be the toughest for them to get. Carbon, as you know, they always seem to bounce back, especially when their backs are against the wall. I don't know, it's a weird match so far. You know, the back and forth between these 2 teams is just kind of surprising.
And what's really surprising is the way Classic plays. They're on fire one game and then
just
totally
disappear.
cool
It's
the next
crazy.
game.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of it is just got to do with the game types, and that there's some game types that they're not comfortable on. But again, they're such an aggressive team. They press so hard that, you know, when you start to go down that road of, well, your aggression works against you, it's hard to recover, you know, because you can't just suddenly change your play style. They're not going to go slow suddenly. So, you know, sometimes they'll play themselves out of a game, it seems like, by being so aggressive.
That's exactly what Believe the Hype did to them. They slowed the pace of the game down, and then Classic just ended up overcommitting every time, and Believe the Hype took advantage of it.
Yeah, which was kind of shocking because another team you talk about being super aggressive is Believe the Hype, but they did lay back there. That one game, you know, it got so slow on Pitt there that I was just thinking, you know, somebody's got to make a move. And obviously they're waiting on snipes and everything else, but you normally don't see either one of those teams sitting back for that long.
And now, guys, we're taking a look here at the Game 8 of the series. It's a do-or-die game here for Carbon. And something I've noticed here is Nated, who some consider to be their main slayer, has the most hill time here for Carbon. What's going on here? What is their strategy going in here?
Well, I think Defy just really stepped his game up, and Nated hasn't gotten into a groove yet this event, which is kind of scary when you think about it because they're still in third place. So he's just stepping down from his role as the main slayer and just letting someone else take over. I used to do that with Karma. Back at Dallas 07, when he was absolutely on fire, I gave him the sniper.
Well, yeah, you got to go with the hot hand. I mean, but I think also just when you're one more loss and you're done for the day, you do whatever you can. If he's near the hill, he's going to run to it. I don't think he can be too picky at this point. I mean, don't forget, all the strategy in the world doesn't matter if you don't execute it and if you're not able to adapt. So I think Carbon, their ability to adapt is going to be the thing that's going to keep them in this if they're able to win this game.
And that is going to be 3 down for Carbon, 3 down for for Classic rather. They're going to jump on board with Chig as he's trying to kill out in the hill and goes down. He got a lucky spawn there in the sword room. He's going to try and spawn his teammates up before this hill moves. And nice push there. You saw Soldier 187 from Classic pushing from back gold, while Ghost and friends were sitting over on close side. But Classic really not able to get all of Carbon at once off the top.
Yeah, and that's a testament to, you know, to Carbon's just individual talent. I mean, when things fall apart for him, the guys are still able to stay alive, still able to make the smart moves, and, you know, thinking about where they're going to spawn their teammates, where the attackers are coming from. But the thing I got to say is that Classic is keeping this close. You would think that they were a little bit further behind, but it's only about 25 seconds at this point. But that's not much of a lead for Carbon. Especially when they lose this, they're done. You know, they need more time here. They don't have a lot to play with.
And they're all coming up back gold, and Soldier 187 is waiting for him. Ghost Yami, he's just looking down low at where the new hill is going to be. Not taking any fire at all. Just great protection here from the rest of Classic.
It's one of those things I don't like seeing too much is when a team just, you know, they're forced into a position where they have to give up on a hill. I mean, you can still send one guy to try and be disruptive, get the guy out of the hill, do some damage. Because when you just sit back and wait for it to move, you're giving up time. This game is now only a 6-second game. That is not a good position for Carbon.
Well, one of the common things that Nated likes to do is, like, about 5 seconds before the top hill moves, he airs up that portal, and because most of the time they jump to the bubble shed right there, and then he's right behind him. Yeah. So it's a move that'll actually work most of the time, but sometimes you can get unlucky.
And Carbon started this game so strong, but now take a look at the score. Just a 8-second game. Carbon back in the hill once again, and the guy you were just talking about, Nated, he's the one sitting in the hill, continuing to pick up most hill time for Carbon. And all of Classic boosting up except for Ghost Yami. He's still going to be fighting from the main ramp. And Scott, Walshy is there directly above the main ramp, and that's something you pointed out at the start of this tournament. What is this new strategy we're seeing here on this spot?
Well, basically the strategy here is, Chris, is that you put a guy right there at main ramp, and he's watching the sword leg. So if they drop down, he's got shots on him. And when if they come from the streets, they just assume the guy who's right there is in the hill. So it kind of messes with the other team's eyes, and then as they drop down, they're getting 2-on-1 shot.
Yeah, how long can something like that work for you? I mean, I think these teams are going to figure that out pretty quickly and adjust to it. You know, I would see that more as something you can get away with once or twice.
I mean, you can get away with it, like once or twice, yes, but the beauty of it, like how Ghost executes it, is he drops down Donut as soon as he starts getting hurt, and then he airs up the lift portal of the new hill, so he puts himself in a position where he can get control of the top as well. So it's really like a distraction slash, I don't even know what, but it works.
Gotcha, it works.
It's a combo of some sort. Right now we're checking out as 3 are down for Classic. Make that all 4 as Walshy picks up the double kill. 169 to 148 with just 5 minutes left on the clock. This is going to be a nail biter. Carbon really needs this next hill. They need to lock down the top and get a big chunk of time here, because if they keep it close, that is just going to be blood in the water for Classic, and I think they're going to smell it and come at them full force. We're going to see that super aggressive Classic squad charging.
Yeah, I gotta say, one of the things, you heard Best Man in the pregame when we were talking to him about Ghost and how at the LAN, how much he brought and kind of gotten them to communicate. There's a lot of talent on this team that people maybe didn't recognize. We've talked about in the past, but Chig had great games yesterday. Best Man was super solid for them, but they've spread it around a little bit. I mean, Soldier being the support player on this squad, I think we've seen a different side of him in the last couple of events where he's really, he'll do whatever the hell he has to get the win. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of pride getting in the way there for any of these guys, but I don't know. These guys just seem, they get into a groove, and it seems like they can do no wrong. Look at this. They just got the lead back on this, on this hill, and they have overshield. And
you're starting to hear some fans in the crowd. It was all Carbon fans earlier. Now we're starting to hear some Classic clapping going on, and we're going to switch over to Classic as they take the lead. 181 and counting to 171. Best Man has the overshield, and the only shield that's removed from this one is the overshield that's been taken away. He's been untouched up to this point. And they're just putting the pressure on him. Check this out. Chig dropping down to the second level to help out. Soldier 187 and Ghost Yami were providing cover top gold, and they just swarmed in on Carbon spawn there from mid gold.
And Carbon's going to have to rely on this last hill, which is the last hill you want to rely on is the bottom one. It's one thing if it's a top hill, but that bottom hill, anything can happen. You could spawn back gold, you could spawn basement, and those two spots you don't want to be in.
And it looks like Classic is just going to be about 40 seconds away from winning it and advancing to the championship match, because Carbon's not even contesting this top hill.
Again, I just hate giving up free time. I mean, cross-map shots from Walshy aren't enough.
Best Man going up against the fly, and Nated takes down Nated. Nice shots from Best Man. His BR really heating up here. Walsh is going to get two in the face. Meanwhile, you have Gosiami just milking that hill. No one really paying attention to him. Shockley got him out finally, but he's quickly shut down by Best Man. And Soldier 187 just picked up the rockets. Carbon back in the hill, but Classic needs just 25 more seconds, guys. Ghost versus Walsh. Ghost is going to be able to pick him off. We're going over to Defy, who just hopped in the hill. Let's see how Carbon plays this. Defy's the last one alive, and he decides to leave the hill as Soldier 187 jumps in and gets the brand new sniper.
Oh, man. That was a big change right there, shooting that rocket instead of saving it for the hill.
And there's some sniping action coming down from Classic. Soldier doing work. Best Man's got the overshield.
And a double kill. Man, I'm shocked by this. I'm shocked by this. This is just not what I expected out of Carbon. They came back so hot today after yesterday, which they called an embarrassment. Leave the Hive, sends Classic down. You think you're going to get an extended series, but I don't know. Somehow Classic just has all the answers so far.
And they started off extremely flat this game, too.
It's crazy. As long as they're playing a higher seed, it seems like they can do no wrong.
And here we go. Classic is going to advance to the championship match. Carbon, they're walking home with their third place checks. And checking out the stats of that final game, Chig, as you were talking about, Sundance, shining through with 37 kills, dropping the plus 13. Best Man and Soldier continue to go positive. Ghost Yami, he dropped 30 assists and got the most hill time. Classic is going to advance to our championship match.
That mid-game comeback guaranteed Classic at least a second-place finish and the $60,000 check that comes with it. But our pros are never satisfied with anything but first, and it was with that attitude that Classic entered the finals.
In the finals, Believe the Hype had a 3-1 advantage over Classic from their previous matchup. This meant that Classic needed to win 5 games to win the championship, while Believe the Hype only needed 3.
Now, Game 5 of the series was Narrow's Team Slayer, led by Maniac's amazing sniper. The rest of Believe the Hype had no problem cleaning up the easy kills he provided for them. As the series pushed on to Game 6, Classic came out with a statement by taking Onslaught CTF 5-0.
With this series at 4-2 in favor of Believe the Hype, Construct Team Slayer would be the next game type. Let's check it out.
And I think Believe the Hype is like, let's just get this over, guys.
Well, let's do it.
Like, I want that big paycheck, 100 grand up for first place. Here we go, guys. It's Team Slayer on Construct. First 1 to 50 kills, the sniper down low, rockets up top. We're getting this one started with Demon D.
No shield, C2. One down. No shield. Two down.
All right, here we go. Demon D versus Chick to start this one off. It's a one-on-one battle. This might set the tone. Whoa. And Chick is going to get it from Demon D, so believe the hype opening up strong. We're jumping on board with Clutch. He just got the rockets. And Clutch immediately taken down when he got those rockets. And Scott, we're seeing as all of Classic is up top here. What's going on?
Pretty much Ghost Yami spawned them in Sword, and they just got pretty fortunate with it.
And we're seeing Clutch coming up the purple behind Demon D. They're trying to push in now. And we saw Classic do a pretty good job against Carbon, keeping Carbon down low.
Open street, 2 of them. R1.
2 close gold. 2 close gold. Close gold.
Open ramp right now, guys. Open ramp, best man. Rushing. One shot. 2 down.
Classic looking a little bit desperate. They're spawning back gold and they're running out one at a time. They're not coordinating any pushes.
It's early in the game, though, so they feel they just want to try to force something and try to get lucky, but towards the end that won't happen.
There you see a little bit of teamwork as Soldier and Chick are pushing together. Chick able to escape into the close purple, but shots from open ramp coming from, it looked like Clutch was there, Maniac rather. We're going to jump on board with Maniac. He's running around back gold. And Maniac is spreeing it, finally being taken down, but we're going to stay on board with the faux hawk here. There's no Enable on the stage. Last time it was Enable from Dynasty Rock on the red hair. This time it's Maniac, and Maniac really impressing me here, Sundance.
Yeah, we've been talking about him a little bit in the office about how he's an up-and-coming player. Gandhi has pegged him as a future star, and he's shown it. I think he and Chick are the 2 guys that I came into this series really wanting to watch, try and pick apart some of their gameplay, and I have not been disappointed. Maniac, very vocal, had a comment for those guys at the beginning of the last game, which didn't necessarily help his teammate out, pardon me, but there's a guy who's going to put it out there on the line. I like that. That's part of the character of Believe the Hype, and it seems to work for him. He's playing very relaxed, very aggressive. Just got to maintain, being able to come back from that onslaught loss here and do well in this TS game.
And we saw that Maniac had the killing spree earlier. We just saw on our screens here that Shig has one going as well. As you see, the score is tight, 22-19, make that 23-20. Believe the Hype doing a great job of locking down the Sword every time that Classic goes to set up on that side of the map. They're constantly keeping them pinned back gold. And great shots again from Chig, jumping around, staying alive just long enough to out-PR Maniac. And now his friends are able to come up the purple. Setting up for the new Rockets. Classic's going to grab it. And guys, let's listen in for a few kills.
Eric, you gotta watch orange. Watch orange. Eric, watch orange.
Yeah, that was sniper on this side. One's going back over him. Sniping close.
He's gonna go. No, he's open V6 right now. He's gonna lift. He's lifting. Right now. He's not lifting.
He's got back gold right here.
Yeah.
Find over him right here, guys. Trust you.
Watch Clutch's bottom orange. He's gonna wait for you to go up. Open V6. Oh, short on, open link. Maynard, push out Demon.
O2 right now. 2 shots. 1 shot O2. O2 sniping. I need a blue right.
Clutch is 1 shot bottom orange. Clutch is bottom orange, go. Over ramp. Watch the lift. He's lifted orange. Eric.
Open. Obi's in open. Go on lobby. 1 shot. Over ramp. 2 shots. 2 shots for me. Let's go.
Blue ramp, push out. Push out blue ramp.
Straight. So close. Where should we go, guys? Chill. Where should we go, Marcus?
I don't know.
Alright, hold on. Oh, I got an idea. So, chill. Remember what we talked about?
Watch it orange.
Sword.
Let's go. Blue ramp right now, left. Clouds one shot, blue ramp. I got naded by Demon.
Go straight. Open. 3-2 node. I need straight.
Watch out.
Another one behind you. 2 open.
Shot C3.
Shot C3.
And Ghost Yami's idea does not work out. Believe
Say the exact same thing.
Sitting up top.
Remember that thing we talked about? Let's never do it again.
But here they come. They just came right back up, guys. And although the first attempt didn't work, well, the second one didn't work either. Demon D went huge. He's on a killing spree with that double kill. They now have an 8-kill lead. It was a 3-kill game before those 2 plays.
And I think Classic forgot about the overshield that's coming up in like 3 or 4 seconds.
Or maybe they're thinking that Believe the Hype was go after it, and that's why they were coming up trying to catch them off guard. But Believe the Hype, they just seem content to sit up top, and this entire game they've been dictating the pace. When they want to be aggressive, they turn it on. When they want to slow it down, they don't charge, and they let Classic come to them.
It seems like, you know, no matter what Classic throws them right now, they just can't break through this setup. I mean, they may get a kill, Classic may get a kill or 2, but they can't just get through it completely, which is just going to work against them because they're, you know, they're sitting up top just waiting.
We're checking out as Clutch is watching back gold, also sitting on Close Street. It's going to send Maniac in through the sword lobby to be a distraction and come in behind the Classic squad. And Demon D's going to pick up back-to-back assassination. The triple looking for the overkill on Close Street. He doesn't get it, but there is another killing spree. That's 2 killing sprees in about 2 minutes for Demon D. He's going to have some impressive stats, I guarantee it. 49, and there is 50. Maniac with the double to end it.
And just like that, Believe the Hype comes back. It's now 5-2. Believe the Hype over Classic. Let's take a look at the stats.
And check it out. We were hoping, or Sundance predicted Chicken to get 18, but it was really Demon D. He almost got plus 18, 22-6. That's a positive 16 going off. And Cloud and Clutch, they were there to assist him all game long.
Invigorated by Demon D's 22-6 performance, Believe the Hype was hoping to make the next game their last one of the season. In the opening minutes of Heretic Eyeball, Believe the Hype jumped out to a 100-second lead. However, Classic chipped away at the time and brought themselves within 50 seconds of their rival.
It was here that Believe the Hype shifted into top gear and ran away with the game. As the clock hit the 1-minute mark, it became mathematically impossible for Classic to win, and Believe the Hype was crowned our 2009 MLG champions.
So there you have it, the 2009 Major League Gaming Championships. We hope you enjoyed this presentation. For Chris Puckett, I'm Farouk Tauheed. Thanks for watching.